Federal and state borders must be shut down to stop the flood of welfare seekers migrating from state to state, immigrating to our country and having anchor babies so they can't be sent home. Businesses must be allowed to grow and not be penalized for success. Fees, fines, penalties, surcharges, regulations must be eliminated or become less intrusive. Taxes must be spread evenly. If you give, you shall receive. If you only take, then you should leave. Most Americans, you all look like most Americans to me. You all do. Fine looking bunch. Good bunch of representatives. Most Americans are hardworking, tax-paying, and God-fearing honest folks. They get up every day and are happy knowing that they've paid their way. They've earned the right to live the American dream. However, there are those who choose to work the system to their advantage. They work under the table. They pay no taxes, yet they enjoy the same services that the taxpayers provide. They don't give, they take. They live the American scheme. To them, freedom is free. The current administration tells us that the solution to everything is to tax those who make over $250,000 per year. Tax them for everything. Tax the rich. Tax them now, because sooner than later they won't want to be rich. At some point they give up. So I ask you here today, is it possible to become sick of being an American? No. In order to answer that question, I need to ask you, what does it mean to be an American? In a more simple form, what's in it for you? Well, first we need to remember who owns the country. We do. We own the villages. We own the towns, the cities, the states. And we own our United States. Or do we? Yes. There's 535 politicians in Washington who seem to think that it's all theirs to do it as they please. Not exactly. We, regretfully, in the case of the current crop of elected officials, elected them to represent us in our interests. Did I say our interests? They seem to confuse our interests with special interests. After all, who has the most money? I've often said there are only two things politicians fear: not getting reelected and not having enough money to get reelected. Maybe now is our time to make their greatest fear come true. After all, they're scaring us on a daily basis. We're scared of taxes and debt and the size of government and our loss of rights. We sent them to Washington to solve our problems, and they are the problem. That tells me it's time for a change, a big change. 535 changes. Can we do it? Yes. Can we afford not to do it? No. They'll tell you replace us with other politicians, you'll get more of the same. Maybe not. Incumbents are very cavalier. They think they're invulnerable. Superman fears only one thing: kryptonite. We need to be the kryptonite for our incumbent politicians. No one, no office is invulnerable. Remember, they are elected to a term, not a lifetime contract. But they think they have a hold on us. I think we need to teach them how to hold on. And how is it that they spell power? P-O-R-K. Pork. It's ironic. They borrow money for deficit spending, telling us we need to be fiscally responsible, and then they pack every bill with member items. They spend our money to buy our vote. It's time to call time out on this program. Don't believe what they tell you they're going to do. Judge them by what they've done. They get elected or re-elected in, I've said it before, they get post-election amnesia. Any elected official should be made to take an oath to uphold their constituents' wishes or to resign. Do the job for which you were elected to do, or leave now, sooner than later. We hold the key to term limits. We have our chance every November. This year is the trifecta. The whole House of Representatives, the New York Senate, and the New York Assembly are all up for election or re-election. Even one New York senator. So for whom do we vote? I would ask the Tea Party organizers to select a national leader, someone to turn us into a cohesive and organized movement, a leader to endorse candidates and tell us why to vote for them. We cannot be a party of complainers. We have to be a party of problem solvers. To complain is a sign of weakness. To solve a problem is the mark of a leader. Our president wants to form a committee to help him to understand why we have deficits. I can save him a lot of time and money. We have deficits because they spend too much. They borrowed, they spent, and we pay. Or do we make them pay by losing their jobs? They've all been there too long and they've spent too much money. Money we don't have, and quite frankly, money we will never have. Now this is not a partisan issue. This is a united issue. An old saying that we all need to remember is, united we stand, divided we fall. Falling or failing is not an option. Now, as far as the Tea Party detractors go, Mahatma Gandhi said this very well. He said, first they ignore you, then they mock you, then they fight you, then you win. And as we drift towards socialism, Margaret Thatcher, former Prime Minister of England, summed it up pretty well. The trouble with socialism is that eventually you run out of other people's money. So rising above the critics, above the partisans, and rising to the highest level of patriotism is our goal. Let us join together to regain and to retain the America we know and love. Let no one, no party, no group, or no amount of money cheat us of our heritage. I am an American. We are America, and we are the people. And remember, as you're a Tea Party person and you're talking to other people, you're going places, and you're trying to do the right thing. When I say that, as Gandhi said, they ignore you, they mock you, they will fight you, you will win. We can never be violent. We cannot be silent. Thank you all for coming out here today, and thank you very much. God bless America.